give us a bit a quick background, because for those of you who don't know, you're not quite as how can I put it, visible as Whaley when it comes to Persona, but I know your background, I know your credentials. Just share, if you would please, your background and your credentials.
Thank you, Peter. Hi, I'm Paul. I'm ex-IT director at Farrell Hayworth, an 18-branch estate agency in Northwest England. At Farrell Hayworth, developed our own CRM, so I'm on the nerdy side of nerdy. But I'm also from a background of a family of estate agents. I can remember at 16 sellotaping photos onto wall cards. So that allows me to speak the language of tech and speak and understand the language of estate agents. And the biggest part of my role at FH was to understand all the software that was out there as much as possible and how it would fit not only in the processes that the company had, but the processes that the company might have. And therefore, if they wanted to change direction at any time, I knew the right applications to recommend. And the big advantage of that is that when I talk to agents now with my Kerfuffle hat on, and they're telling me the problems that they've got, by understanding the problems that they've got, I can then make good, solid suggestions.
And that's a key point. Thank you, Paul. That's a key point, because not only are you working with suppliers and with agents, you're also working with what might be on the face of it, competing suppliers. Somebody is coming into the market. Let's talk about our hosts today. Someone's looking for an outstanding CRM system, and there's no question. You create a shortlist, and Dezrez would be on that shortlist for most agencies. It's a brilliant platform. There are other CRMs that might be actually more appropriate, though, for some types of firm than others. And is that what you're doing? Is building that assessment and weighing up which bits of tech are right for the right agent?
Yeah, in essence, that is what I do. There often is a point at which it then becomes choice. So, for example, if I was reviewing a CRM or a choice of CRMs, I would try and listen to what the estate agent wanted and the outcome they're trying to achieve, the level of automation that they wanted, and in particular, what level of customer service they want to deliver, because good customer service costs money. And you can automate a lot of customer service, but you can't automate it all. So once I understand all those elements, I can then say, based on what you've said, I think this is number one for you. However, I recommend that you look at 1, 2, and 3, because there could be something in 2 and 3 that I've not heard that you pick up. And if I can give someone 3 solid recommendations with the reasons why, then that puts me in a good position to then advise them as their needs change over time.
Of course, and I suppose, Paul, something that Simon has brought up many times, as Simon mentioned, he's a member of the Property Academy's partnership group, and so we have a large number of suppliers there. And in the old days, when Simon first joined, everybody had their own. If I was plotting it on a chart, everyone had their own area of influence, their own activity. And gradually what's happened is it's become like the most complicated Venn diagram you've ever seen, where the overlaps are all sort of there. And of course, certain suppliers' products might do the job to a degree that might negate the need to engage another supplier, or actually that bit of kit will be redundant because you need that full upgrade. And that's really where you come in to sort of try to help them to get not just, is it the right CRM, yes or no? Is it the right telephony system, yes, whatever. It's looking at it from a joined up perspective in terms of all the aspects.
Definitely. I mean, over the last 10 years, we've seen it with apps on our phone. Software is getting more and more specialized and focusing on particular parts of a job. And in my opinion, the ability to integrate between different applications and make the process as smooth as possible for the agent, and particularly for new starters, is super, super key. So when I look at what applications somebody has and how they're using the applications, sometimes, I'll chat to them. The recommendation might be just use a bit more functionality of what you've already got, because you've already got the tools. Other times it might be along the lines of you have a great big hole in, say, your market appraisal process. This needs fixing. So there are lots of different recommendations that come out of understanding, but the key is absolutely taking the time to understand what the agent wants and the outcomes they're looking for and what type of agent they are. Good example, we spoke a lot of theoretical. Let's take an example. We're currently working with an estate agency in the Cotswolds, and they're a small agency, and they're focused particularly on good old-fashioned customer service, the type of estate agent you could imagine walking down the high street in a pair of wellies. And so for them, they're not overly interested in all the latest bells and whistles, or rather they are, if they support the image they want to present of being traditional country agents. So it's trying to understand what the agent wants, the outcome they're looking for, in order to recommend the right tech for them.